And Kevin Roach is back, of course. He's the artistic director from Civic Theater. Berlin Stripka is with him, and we have a new show.
Yes, we do.
What's coming up?
It's called Fairview. It opens up this weekend, and we have a break weekend in between shows, which is a little unusual.
That is unusual.
Yeah, so we open this weekend, and then the first weekend of November we have a break, and then the second weekend in November we play. So it's a little unusual, but
you know, from a theatrical standpoint, from an actor standpoint, do you think you lose your steam, or do you have to be responsible to keep your steam up, your head of steam?
Oh, we definitely have to keep running our lines and keep doing our blocking, because I think if we did it, it would get out of our bones, because I think that's the point of Tech Week, is we run it over and over again, and so, yeah, we're going to have to keep it in us.
Because it is different.
And it's very a chaotic show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of people talking over other people, and feels very conversational if you're in a room full of people arguing with each other. So
sort of like, you know, like being in your family around the holiday table, right?
Yeah.
Well, Braylon, tell us about your part in the show.
I play Keisha. I am the daughter of the main family that we focus on in Fairview, and it's a very basic, very like household. And we're just getting ready for a family dinner, and without spoiling too much, things go wrong.
Things go awry, as so often happens around the family table. Well, that's going to be a challenge, though. If you're interrupting, I think in theater is always, you got to get that rhythm right when you're talking over the top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's very unconventional. Like, I mean, they use the term breaking the fourth wall when an actor talks to the audience. We shatter it completely. And, you know, the show is, while being a dark comedy or a comedy, just plain comedy at times, deals with issues like racism and prejudice, but does so in a very unique and different way, because it's not the, you know, her family's getting ready for dinner, you know, and the actors will just say, I'm trying to choose my words carefully, that perpetuate this racism aren't the typical people you think. They're the people that are, oh, I mean well, or oh, I'm not, because, you know, I have friends, and, you know, and they don't think that what they're saying is bad, but they end up doing some pretty, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm seeing these things, you know. And
excusing their position. Excusing their position.
And it's not the typical people you think. You know, these are young, liberal-minded people who think that they're hip to what's going on today, but in reality, it's like, check your thoughts, buddies, you know. But it's a fascinating show. I mean, absolutely fascinating. It is a little, this is a kind of a risk. It is a little language heavy. So I've been warning everybody that's, you know, gotten tickets that, you know, this show does contain some pretty strong language. Not necessarily throughout, but definitely.
It's in there.
It's in there.
So who's the target audience then?
Goodness gracious, definitely anybody. I would say high schoolers on up, you know, as long as they're comfortable with that kind of language.
Well, they're probably more comfortable than their parents.
Yeah. and I should mention, I'm not the director of this one. Actually, her sister, Sydney Stripka, is guest directing this one, and she's done a really fantastic job. It's nice just to kind of sit back and watch it happen, because it's a very different play from when you read it than when you see it happen live on stage in front of you.
Well, it sounds so interesting, really intriguing.
And we've got new faces, and you know, so.
Good. Well, let's talk about from the audience perspective, Braylon. I mean, is this going to be in their face?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Thank you. Let's not pull any punches. So just know ahead of time this is going to be in your face. Show goes up this weekend. Skip a weekend and then back.
Yep, back on the 11th of November. So.
Okay. Congratulations and break a leg. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.